What's up, YouTube? All right, let's cut that music off. What's going on? Oh, I got another GMP driver walking up. Excuse me a sec. What's happening, man? I thought all you did was Volvo. Okay. Man, I can't express how I really feel. I just have went live. This is another GMP driver, guy. How you doing? You want to introduce yourself? No. Okay. No, go ahead. I'll talk to you later. All right. How long you been backed up to the dock? 3 hours. 3 hours? 3 hours. Yeah. Starting today? Pardon? Starting today? No, what it is the problem is they did an upgrade on their system, their computer system. Yeah. And it's got a glitch. So they can't get the paperwork or anything. Oh man. Yeah, so I've been waiting. Well, they finished me at about 8:15. I got here at 7:15. Oh, you're loaded. You're just waiting on paperwork. I'm just waiting for paperwork in there. So dang. I'm just trying to get out of here and get down the road. Yeah, they told me to wait till you pull out before, and I'll back in door one. Yeah, like I say, they got me all loaded in that, but they don't know how soon paperwork's gonna get. Dang. Well, let me finish this, and I'll run over there and holler at you in a minute. Good seeing you. Well, I might be here a while by the sounds of that. But how's everybody doing? It is Monday. I don't know where in the world you guys are at, but I'm glad you're, tuned into this live stream for you guys that are, and for everybody that's watching it in the replay. That's cool too. But I'm coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. And you might ask, you been in Louisville this whole time, Jim? Nah, y'all. I left Louisville Saturday morning, went to Adairsville, Georgia, then to the Atlanta yard, then to the Greer yard, then up to Michelin. And I didn't make it back to Louisville yesterday. Only Lexington hit some traffic on 75. So that slowed me down. But I shut down at a Walmart, did a little grocery shopping, got me some good, delicious keto food and snacks. Spent like 80 bucks in there, but it all wasn't on food. Let me show you guys this and get your opinion. Now, Massey was saying, nah, Jim, just get a regular Oral-B with a big head and brush away. Because I was looking at $200 toothbrushes, right? And I was like, man, what would it be like to use a $200 toothbrush? It said something like on, the like features and benefits on the packaging that your teeth are whiter after one use with this thing. It like connects to your phone and all of this. It gives you like 2 minutes to brush, and I don't know what all the stuff it tracks, but I didn't get the $200 toothbrush, but I did get this. It was like a $17, $18 toothbrush, and check it out. I've had one similar to it before, but I don't know if it made my teeth whiter after one use. I did not get the $200 toothbrush, but I just wondered, would that be worth it? And would that take brushing teeth and like gum health and all that to a completely another level than say like the free one the dentist gives you or whatever? Or, you could just get old crappy hard toothbrush from like a hotel that you stay in. If that stuff doesn't matter at all, but I don't know. I kind of think it does. But it's all in what your priorities are. But let's check some comments and see who's with us today since we're 4 minutes into this video. But we got WBJ. Good day to you too, my friend. The Highway Hooligan is joining us, and Jose Ramirez. I don't know what he said, but it was deleted by the steering wheel holder. I believe that's you, right, Carlos? Blair Pilgrim is up in the house. Y'all, like, I make jokes all the time when I see some of our other drivers in their Dodge pickup trucks and their, Ford that are, clean, dressed out, and, got some options on them that look, pretty badass. I say, man, I think you got the second best looking truck here. Joking that, mine, the high country is the sweetest truck, on the property. But Blair Pilgrim, he just got a brand new 2017 Chevy Silverado, uh, with it like one of the Z71s or something. It's black. It's badass. Says it's probably the last truck he'll ever buy, and just like keep it for the rest of his life. And I tell you, with that Chevy 5.3 V8, I said 2019, didn't I, Blair? I don't have a 2019. My truck is 5 years old. It's only got a little over 40,000 miles on it now, but it is only 5 years old. Let's see. Trucker Jukebox, what's going on, buddy? Did you have a great time at Matt's? Trucker Jukebox, I think you wasn't in video 3, but he was in video 1 and 2. For you, those of you guys that don't know, and most of you probably do, if you watch me live, I'm sure you watch my uploaded, edited content. But at Matt's, I made 3 videos. None are real long. They're not 44 minutes long or anything like that. I think the longest one is like 15 or 16 minutes. That's the one where you can see me dance. Yeah, kind of like a country made up version of shag dancing, as I guess what you would call that. Which I took shag lessons a few times. My ex-wife and I, back when we lived at the beach in North Carolina. Been a while since I've done it, but I was a little rusty. But dancing's pretty fun, like dancing with a girl. Break dancing all solo and stuff, that ain't so much my thing. I mean, have a little bop in my step when some good music's on, but dancing with a partner is much better. But you can get a little snippet of that in video too. There's I don't know, a handful of like other truckers that you see on YouTube from time to time that make, little pop ins and everything. And then some regular drivers as well, and lots of unbelievably beautiful, decked out, customized, shining, super clean trucks. And there's music over it. So I hope it's a pleasurable viewing experience for you, those of you that decide to check it out. Let's see. Front row said, "I give the first thumbs up, Jimmy boy." Well, thank you a lot. Who's next with the thumbs up? And let's see, Blair, can't hide money, $200 toothbrush. That's right. That's why we work hard, right? So we can buy shit we want or buy things we don't need. There's some kind of line in Fight Club about that. And Elton is with us. Let's see. Trucker Jukebox. And oh my goodness, y'all, look who just came into the building, the live room. Elvis himself, David D. Band. What's up, brother? I was starting to think I done made you mad or something, and maybe I did, cause you ain't commenting yet. But I've been missing some Elvis, y'all. He's such a good dude and fun to be around. We had such an epic time when we were out team driving, and we hardly even got as much of an argument. Sometimes I get excited and get out of line with my speaking, and he'd have to put me in my place. But overall, we got along so beautifully. I'm back at work in Holla. You still trucking it around West Virginia and up in Ohio and all that? I get asked about you all the time, Elvis, and probably no one more than my mom. She is a bit of a fan of you and your music, Elvis. She is. She told me to tell you hey, by the way. Excuse me, guys. I'm filling up my vape juice. I hadn't been to my hometown vape shop in a few weeks, and I had to buy a bottle of this called Killer Custard. On the vape flavors, I'm more of a custardy kind of guy. I know a lot of people are into, fruity stuff, and y'all go ahead and be fruity. I like the custard. Tim Youngblood. Okay, they were talking with Elvis the other day. Elvis has got a huge presence on Facebook. Let me tell you, he does. That's where he puts his videos and stuff. So if you want to see more of Elvis himself and him singing lots of Elvis songs and many others and hearing his thoughts and what's going on with him, you can find him on Facebook. Um, I think he made it put Trucking Elvis in there, or David D, or David Doherty. I'd have to look to tell you exactly how he got it, because we all got screen names on our different social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, here on YouTube, Instagram, or whatever your thing is. And I'm not. I don't make social media really a priority. I kind of making videos. It is my priority, and I stick them up on YouTube. And generally, that's about the only place they make it to, except for a few Facebook groups. But anybody on here make it to Matt's? I obviously did. But now I'm sitting at American Synthetic on the other side of Louisville from where I delivered, and I don't know. I might be here a while. They got some kind of computer problem about printing up paperwork. So this guy that came over here a minute ago, he said he's been sitting there 3 hours. He's already loaded, which I don't know. I wonder if he can get his ass out of that door and let me get loaded, so when they get this paperwork thing fixed, we both can leave. That's a good freaking question and a point, isn't it? Chuck and Elvis, David D. Ban or David Doherty. The Matt's videos are cool. Watch them this morning. Well, right on. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got a little Matt's trilogy for you people up on YouTube. It's titled very simply Matt's 2019 Video 1, comma Trucker Jim, and then there's two others that follows. So it's Video 1, 2, and 3, the Trucker Jim Experience at Matt's 2019 Trilogy. Uh, but hey, I imagine most of you guys on here, which is only like, well, 30 right here. 10 have given the thumbs up. If there could be about 10 more of you, like, smash that thumbs up button. That's good for us YouTubers and things, which I don't think YouTube likes me all that much. I don't know how you guys, came about, whether it showed up in like related searches after somebody else's videos, or we ran into each other, or what. But I have yet to figure out the YouTube algorithm and what it takes to make a viral video. I I am not the guy to ask that question, because I have never had a viral video. I think my backing video, I hadn't checked it lately. It was like 33,000 views or something. But that's been my top video, and it's over 2 years ago when I was at US Express. Made a little tutorial of how to back. It's pretty good, um, but it's not perfect at all. But coming soon to a YouTube screen near you will be, I think we're going to call it the ultimate backing video. And that's what I intend to make. But I'm going to need a little help with that one. I can't really film that on by myself, because I need multiple angles, including one from the air, and to back it in the hole. So I'm thinking I need at least two, probably three would be better assistants to make it the way that I have envisioned. But anybody got any questions about anything? Dave, I may have been. I'm in Louisville. I woke up in Lexington and drove straight to Louisville, and where I delivered and where I picked up is on the opposite side. So I went through the whole city. There's a lot of chemtrails up in the sky, and I know the people that are like, "Hey, there's one of them there going." I always wonder if that is that a commercial airline that's leaving these. And I don't. I ain't gonna get into the whole chemtrail thing. But my buddy John Kirby down in Morehead City, he can tell you all about it. He sends me videos from time to time on the subject. Um, Finger hit the wrong button. That happens sometimes. Okay, we got Robert Roberts asking how my health is. It's pretty good, I think, compared to what it was. And let's see. I'll be back in just a sec, guys. I gotta grab something I want to show y'all. As far as the problem I've been having this year with my health, it's not that my liver's bad, or my heart, or my lungs, or my brain, or my knees, or any of those things. All those things are awesome. I'm so blessed and fortunate to be 44 years old and not have, a lot of the same ailments as, some of my brothers and, friends of mine. But I got problems somewhere in my guts, right? And things happen and they bleed. And apparently I was bleeding slowly for a long time, like months, because I was getting weaker and weaker and weaker, less energy. And it was a struggle. It was. I kept on trucking because that's what I do, but it became harder and harder to, motivate myself to do that. Well, I spent, some time in the hospital. My hemoglobin dropped to 6.4. Like, if it gets to like in the fours, you're probably going to bleed out and die. Okay. When it gets that low, I didn't get that low, but I got to 6.4. I drove myself to the hospital. I felt like I was about to pass out and my face was tingling and it was very, very hard to stagger from, where I parked my truck in the drive-through up to the counter. And then I had to sit my ass down after I told them why I was there. But now I feel pretty good. They gave me 2 units of blood. Boom, iron, potassium, magnesium, because I was low on all that. And I didn't feel, like awesome instantly. It took a little while. But I started taking these from the advice of a friend. I know that sunshine and you can't see it, but this is Corella. Now mine is called Premium Crack Sale Corella, but my buddy Demetrius that told me about this. I don't know. I think there's a couple of versions of Corella in the simple sale or cracked sale, broken sale. There, and don't ask me what all of that means. But what they are is these itty bitty little green pills. I'm about to take 5 of them. Let's see. I'll just hold it up. This is what they look like. Can y'all see that? These little things, but they're made from algae. It's not expensive. I think I may have paid $15 for this bottle, and there's like freaking 300 or something of those little pills in here. But the algae that, well, I think it's called Corella as well. It's one of the handful of items that are categorized as a superfood, like the acai berry that only grows in South America, from what I understand. And there's others as well, but things that are just off the charts, very nutritious, and do really good things for your body. Not just necessarily taking it one time and you're gonna freaking be a avenger or something. You kind of need to take it regularly and let it absorb into your body. And then also try not to do so much fucking sugar. That's like the tip of the day. And I don't just mean put sugar in your Rice Krispie treats. Did you guys do that as a kid? Put like 4 or 5, spoons or a whole freaking scoop over your Rice Krispie treats and then pour that milk over. What I like to do is slice up bananas, right? Thin as I could possibly get them, right? Throw them in there, sprinkle the sugar over, pour some milk in, and man, it'd be snap, crackle, and popping all the way to my belly. But tear it up. Love that stuff. But nowadays, I try to really be aware and pay attention to the sugar that I put into my body, which means sodas, bread, even all the high carb stuff. But anyway, the reason I started taking the Corella is it's supposed to be good for building your blood back up and hemoglobin, and I don't know. I did research like a little bit before I bought them, and then ever since then I've just been taking them, and I've been feeling better regularly since I have. But the whole thing with hemoglobin, which the last time I had it checked, I was up to an 11. I was 16 originally when I got my last physical. When Elvis took me to the hospital, I was a 10. They gave me an IV bag or whatever and sent me on my way. But I was at 11. I don't know. It's been over a week ago now. I feel I'm probably even higher. I'm starting to really feel kind of like my old self again. And then, like the Mats videos. I don't know, just putting those together and shooting them. It was, I don't know, kind of getting me back into the material that I love to do. Cause the stuff I do for GP channel, it's important. And it's going to end up being a very impressive collection of training and communication type videos for a company. But most of you guys, you're not really going to be into it because it's designed specifically for a GMP driver. Others may get some tips or whatever from it, but it's a company thing. And I mean, they're important, but it's not quite as much fun. And there's always a fear, I can't say that because I might get fired, or piss a customer off or something like that. Which here on this channel, I don't stress about it so much. Well, I shouldn't stress about it either. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But I try not to, you know, mess up. You lost weight, right? How you do it? What's the keto coffee? Okay, great question, man. Yeah, I have. I've trimmed up significantly. I've gained a little back just like the last 2 weeks. I don't know. I've had Moe's a couple times. At the truck show, I had some nachos. The corn chips. I've had some tacos. I've had. I ate some pizza at Matt's. I didn't drink much beer, but I might have had a couple. So I feel like I've gained some weight back. My stomach's not quite as flat. There's a little overhang, which it was getting kind of like washboard, and I started just noticing my body getting cut up like all over, just lines instead of, bulging out of just fatness as, the way it was. Here's how I did it though. If you want to know, for you guys that don't want to know, you can go ahead and stop this video now. But to answer this question, and if you want to do something similar, here's my advice. First, decide that I am not pleased with my current body. Then take personal responsibility that it ain't nobody's fault but yours that it got that way. And there's two I mean there's more to it than this. Deep breathing is good and all this stuff, but the two main things is you eat too much too much of the wrong food and you don't move enough. So, knowing those things right there, well, as far as the moving thing, I still hadn't got into, working out, going to the gym and swimming and playing basketball and hula hooping or, whatever people do for exercising. But I did at least start finding enjoyment in walking. If I had to park at, the end of the truck stop instead of being all, I don't know, pissed off and waiting for something to open in the fuel, oh fuck it, I'll just go park the furthest distance. And I got a nice long walk there and a nice long walk back. At shippers and things like that. I look at it, yay, I get to stretch my legs, and start finding enjoyment in those walking opportunities. Okay. And then when you're walking, make sure you're breathing in your nose, out your mouth, suck in that good air and diesel fumes and all that when you have the opportunity. Also, another thing, you guys are going to think it's weird, but it makes a difference. Instead of like looking down at your feet while you walk and being so short sighted and just look, and this goes for driving too, get in the habit of looking off in the distance. I don't know the science behind it, but I like doing it. When you're driving, that's just a safer way to, drive. I think it's like the Smith system or something like that, but look off in the distance. But here's a big thing, and here's what requires some changing in habits and requires developing some discipline in this area. And, your motivation, well, I don't know, everybody's motivation is different. But here's the keys for eating for me. Yes, my day does start with a cup of coffee. I personally get a good quality bean that I like. I grind it. I use a French press. That is not necessarily required to do this. Mine's just absolutely delicious. And I don't know, the other coffee, well, in my opinion, it ain't as good. But here's the key. And there's a variety. You don't have to do this exactly like me. This is just what I do. I've got butter. This Kerrygold is what it's called. You can find it in most grocery stores. It's pure Irish butter. It's got a cow on it. There's a couple of different ways they package this, and there's one without salt too. Let's see. Ah, yeah, milk from grass-fed cows is what it says. But Kerrygold butter, this butter, it's just a big old hunk of fucking butter, right? Boom. Now you can get it in like, your regular butter sticks as well. But I get my coffee, right? Now, we're also going to put coconut oil in this. Where's my I lost something. Oh, here it is. I was looking in the wrong place. Also, say it's butter, Kerrygold, grass-fed butter from grass-fed cows, and then some type of coconut oil. This particular brand here, it's wonderful. I really like it. This is the first time I've bought this particular, and it says organic superfood on it. But there's like some, I don't know, your prices can vary tremendously on coconut oil. You can get like the cheapest coconut oil, which is probably still okay, or you can get expensive coconut oil. But here's the key. I'll just like take my knife, and if probably equivalent, it's probably equivalent to like two, little pats, I think is what they call a butter. But I'll just cut it straight across and throw like a double pat in there. And then a good spoon of the coconut oil. And what I'll do is I'll put those things in this. I'll also shake a little cinnamon and a cayenne pepper in there. The cinnamon, I think, is good for your brain and mental alertness. And cayenne, it kind of speeds up your metabolism a little bit. It'll help with your weight loss, especially if you move around a little bit. And then I'll put this. Oh, then I'll pour the coffee in there. Put the lid on. And I'm not going to show you guys this in the video because, well, this is live and I've already got coffee. But I'll put it in this and put it on my magic bullet and blend it up. You can't do this recipe with a spoon. And also that little stirring thing, I would do it in my cup when I first started doing this. That works okay. The NutriBullet works a whole lot better. It's like blended and even develops a little like froth on top. Then I'll just transfer this to my Yeti cup, put the top on, and boom, I've got keto coffee. And I will generally, let's see, I think I rolled out somewhere around 7:30 this morning. So I've been sipping on this for 3 hours. I have actually ate a little bit, but on like days where you don't eat something like a McDonald's egg McMuffin or an apple fritter or oatmeal, which all those things are high in carbs, right? I just sip on the coffee because it has the magic butter, the grass fed butter in there, and organic coconut oil and cinnamon and all that. But mainly the butter and the coconut oil, they're fat. Okay. We've been led to believe through bullshit media and processed food companies that fat's bad. That's bullshit. Fat's great. Well, the right kind of fat is, and both of these are the right kind of fat. They're what you want, what your body will love you for, right? But instead of eating the carb stuff, you have this, and it's satisfying. Especially after you break your addiction to carbs and sugar, it's satisfying, and but you're good with doing that, and you can go hours after you wake up before you eat the first time. And if you ate like an hour or so before you went to sleep, let's be real, most of you truckers are probably lucky to get 6 or 7 hours and not the 8. But you got a 10-hour break anyway before you can start again. But if you do your sleep and then try to stretch it out, it wouldn't be too hard to go a 12-hour period without eating anything. That's called like intermediate fasting for you newbies to this kind of stuff. But other times you can stretch. I've stretched out to 15, 20, 22 hours of fasting. And when you're eating low, and then when you do eat, you ain't inhaling a bag of Cheetos. You're eating high fat, moderate protein, low carb types of meals, and even the snacks. Like if you're gonna eat keto, beef jerky, great snack, fabulous snack. And there's lots of different types of beef jerky. This jalapeno one is one of my favorites. Um, these little chunks right here, good stuff. But also, um, pistachios, great freaking snack. You'll burn calories just opening them things up. And then trail mixes. You got to be kind of careful on these. Some of these aren't so good. But nuts are fantastic. Almonds, pecans, walnuts, super, super. They're a high fat nut, protein as well, virtually no carbs. Great. Some of these packs of mixed stuff will have some stuff with carbs in it, like raisins, for instance. This has a few raisins in it and also has some dehydrated cherries. So they're kind of, they have carbs anyway, but you also will need to get in the habit of looking at this. It's called a food label. I'm not much of a calorie counter personally. I am a carb counter though. And there's 18 grams of carbs in this. That's not bad. That's a little on the high. This probably is the highest carb thing in this truck. Well, that I bought yesterday anyway. Well, besides the almond joy, I did get an almond joy and I had like two little pieces so far. But like if you to keep up with your what they call the macros, there's apps for that. I've got some kind of keto diet. I forget what the app is. It's a blue one. But you punch in whatever you eat. And it's pretty cool, especially with like restaurant kind of stuff. You can put it in there. Or packaged foods has, barcodes that'll put in there. But well, I mean, we all have. I mean, hell, all this stuff I just showed you, it's packaged. It's sitting fresh. I'm not taking a cow, going out and killing it and cleaning it and, dehydrating the meat to make the beef jerky. I'm just buying bags of beef jerky. But, a lot of the things you can just scan the barcode or you can enter, I ate a piece of salmon or I had a baked potato or green beans or whatever. And it keeps up with all that stuff for you. My number is 26 grams of carbs. If I want to get into ketosis, I can't have over 26 grams of carbs in a day. And I think it takes, we'll just call it 2 days to get into ketosis, which what that means you're restricting your carb intake. So what that means, you just changed your fuel that you're putting in your tank. Okay. So your body's going to start running differently over running on carb food, and that's all the sugary stuff, the bread, the pasta, and things like that. It spikes. You feel better like right away as soon as while you're chewing it, like fuck yeah, while this is going on. And you get a little energy from it, but it's a very short-lived energy source. It's not efficient, and you won't use it all. The calories and everything from it. So with those carbs, that spike and give you energy, and well then I do anyway, get tired not too long after having heavy carb type meals. Whatever you don't use, it stores it as fat. Mine would go right here on my belly. It would get all in my face and neck hanging down, and then it just spreads around your body and you're just overall fatter after that. But if you change that, and every one of you can, you totally can. You just got to decide you have a reason to change that's going to benefit you. And when you do that and start eating high fat, moderate protein, low carb, your body don't have all the carbs that it's used to. It was with me anyway, of using for an energy source. So it moves on down the line to fat and starts using fat for energy. Well, fat, especially if things like butter and grass-fed butter, coconut oil, or good old ribeye, things like that. It's like a longer burning. fuel that's more efficient. You don't need as much of it, especially once you get used to this. You'll find yourself getting fuller and satisfied quicker because all this processed food with these companies, they got scientists and shit that figures out, how to make people addicted to their products and want more, that triggers crazy things in your brain chemistry that, oh my God, all I can do is think about French fries and Coca-Cola. Ooh. And you have those cravings, like sweet thing. I've got a sweet tooth. I love those. But the pleasure of them is short lived, and I usually don't feel good. One thing I started noticing when I was, I started really noticing more so when I ate McDonald's, but it would cause inflammation in my body. So if your diet sucks, okay, which a lot of truckers do, you're out at truck stops, you eating at McDonald's, Hardee's, Carl's Jr. if you're on the West Coast or whatever it is that processed with ingredients you can't even pronounce in there. Why is it there? There's some. Sorry, we're back. Another phone call came in. What was I talking about? But anyway, fat is a better fuel source. And what happens when you get in the habit? Here's the benefit of this. You're not hungry nearly as much. You stop being such a slave to food that I got to stick something in my pie hole every 2 hours, which means I got to stop my truck and get this. I found myself a lot of times getting really into whatever it is I was doing and was so excited about the efficiency of it all. And the next thing I know, it's 5 o'clock and I hadn't ate anything all day, and I'm starting to feel it. At that point, I'm like, "Ugh," I'm feeling a little off. It's time to eat something, but your body will start using fat for energy. And here's the thing. Here's what, like, if why the intermediate fasting is so important, to have a 12 to 20-hour period where you don't eat nothing. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does, but it's not that hard once you get, a week or so into the whole thing. Your body will start using all your fat from your fat around your belly and your legs and your fat ass and everywhere else. It'll start using that as energy because you're not eating anything. And the thing about it, the energy that it is produced off of that, you feel really good. You do. And then when you stop putting so much poison processed chemicals that we can't pronounce in our bodies that come from the fast food restaurants and all the, the grease from the fries and the sodas and who knows what's in that. I've heard snore lords say it. I've felt this. I've seen a lot of people talk about it on YouTube, but your mental clarity will increase because it's not all your neurons in your brain aren't all clogged with this bullshit food and drink you've been putting in your body. It's working better. Your body, like planet Earth and nature, it knows what's up and it knows what you need and it knows how it's designed to work. It just gets polluted with bullshit from corporations, with our food system that's focused on profits. So I know I kind of went all over the map answering that question. I'm trying to think what the question was exactly, but those are, you know, there's plenty of information. If you want to know, it's out there. Now, I guess I need to give a disclaimer because, well, I've heard of diabetics, that start eating keto and they ain't diabetics no more. They don't need to be on any medication, but on stuff like that, I mean, you got to watch who you give your ear to on these things because a lot of people, and myself, I am far from an expert, but a lot of people don't know what the hell they're talking about and will give a lot of bad advice. Now, I'm not, I don't, me personally, I don't have to go ask a doctor for every decision I make. But anybody that's diabetic or got a health condition, you really want to talk with your doctor about it. A few years ago, the doctor may not have known anything about low carb and keto eating, but it's a pretty big buzz. right now, okay? Snorlord lost over 60 pounds. My friend Hardwater's lost like 80 pounds. Eating freaking beef jerky for, breakfast. Everybody don't do the whole butter in their coffee thing. I love it, but I know it sounds weird putting butter in your coffee. First person I ever heard mention this stuff was the Red Viking trucker. And I thought it was weird too. But as time went on, I started hearing about this from other sources. It became something that I would have interested in doing, and like here I am. Been doing it for like 6 months myself. But like Snorlord, for instance, he puts what's called heavy whipping cream, which is similar to half and half, but it's the other half, if I'm not mistaken. It's a heavy whipping cream, and it's really good in coffee. I've got it at coffee shops because the coffee shops I've been to anyway, they ain't figured out the whole keto coffee thing. Now, with the butter, I don't know if they just hadn't heard yet or what the deal is. But I've been rambling on for a bit. I bet there's a comment or two in here in it, and I think I'm gonna after I end this, I'm gonna go inside and say, hey. Y'all got y'all's paperwork stuff ready? If not, I might need to go somewhere else. Okay. Now let's turn some light on. Maybe I can see. Oh, I got shades on. Let's put the. Give me one sec, guys. I'm coming back. Boom. All right. Um. Waiting sucks. If you guys haven't noticed it, makes Jim feel okay. Come on, guys, like the video. Yeah, Lone Wolf is right. It does make me feel good to get likes. It makes me feel like I'm like socially accepted. Good morning. I do not like doing this live on the phone as much as I do my laptop. It's a bigger screen. Okay, now okay. Then where I got on my rant about health. Uh, yeah, we did our first video the other day. Um, when it posts, we're gonna need your professional opinion about it. Hey, on that, man, I wouldn't worry too much about my opinion. The main thing for you guys that want to make videos is enjoy the process of it, and it'll improve the more you do it. And after you're done with it, you get it, you get it the way you want it. You upload it. When you watch it again, you'll catch things you wish you would have done different. I catch things I say like backwards, like all the time in videos, especially live videos that I can't go back and really edit. Dave Thrush says he's a huge fan and add money. Says I love you. Well, thanks. Okay, here's my lost weight comment. That's how I did it, Robert Roberts. Blair Pilgrim, why does the thumbs up keep disappearing on this live feed? I don't know. I am not sure. Elton says, put me on a diet 3 weeks ago, no bread, soda, weight started thrifty down 315. I'm not exactly sure of the numbers on that, Elton Hesser, but good job, man. And I tell you, bread and sodas, even if you can't go all straight up keto, you know, just do a little bit different. Try to, maybe not eat so much bread and sodas. Or, if you get a burger, I don't know, take the bottom or the top, one of them off, and just eat it that way. I tell you another thing, like, because I know everything's in a freaking sandwich nowadays, right? Meat held together by bread with some other stuff. But places can, instead of having a bun or whatever, they can wrap it in lettuce. And it's a little awkward. It is, and you can pick it up and still eat it, with your hands. Otherwise, if you don't get the bread, you're probably going to need a fork. You inspired me to start doing my videos and uploading to our channel. Well, good deal, man. Have fun with it. That's the most important thing. I don't make them with it, so much what I'm thinking. Ooh, I hope people like this. Nah, because remember, my goal has never been to please anyone. I just try to make something I like, and then I figure some other people will like it too. But there's gonna be people that don't, and the more I do it, the less I give a shit. In the beginning, when I first, started getting thumbs downs or negative comments, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. And either you'll stop then because you're not strong enough to move past that, or you are strong enough to move past that and you do, and then you're stronger. And who gives a shit what that guy thinks, right? Um, I'm good, Mike Johnson. Thanks for asking. I've got I think this is like some Middle Eastern writing, and I'm gonna need a translator to know what that is. But he asked how I was feeling. I feel good, man. Thanks a lot for asking. I went into a little detail on some things I'm doing different as far as this low carb, high fat, moderate protein way of eating. Which I got down to like 178. I've gained a little back. I'm probably somewhere in the, I don't know, lower part of the 180s. But your weight will fluctuate on any given day. If to see the lowest numbers, I know it's kind of hard for us truckers, but for like you normal people that live in houses and stuff, um, weigh yourself like right after you get up and take your morning piss. That's when you're going to weigh your less. Any other time throughout the day, you're probably going to weigh another pound or two, especially after you eat something. But I'm at 46 minutes on this video. That's longer than I like to do. Uh, get a whole wheat bread and your life will be different, and lots of veggies. Loved your videos when you were with US Express doing 48. Hey Jim, how's it going? You should look into how the Okinawans live. They've been labeled as some of the healthiest and longest living people in the world. Yeah, there's a few places in Asia that's the case, especially like farming communities, live in mountains and stuff like that. So I will have to check out the Okinawans. All right, anybody got anything else before we end this? Just doing a kind of a little Monday live update. Uh, it'll probably be a few days before I do another edited video on this channel. Because I got to do some GMP stuff. I've neglected it a little bit right here in the last, I don't know, few weeks with me being hospitalized and then mats and everything. And then, I I ended up with, this was pretty cool. I ended up with 2,200 miles, which is now last week. And I spent a portion of 4 days at the truck show, like 2 whole days. That's all there. I was there all day Thursday and all day Friday. The truck sat still, but I rolled in Wednesday and I rolled out Friday and still ended up with 2,200 miles. That ain't too bad. I felt pretty good about that. Actually, I hadn't had 2,200 miles, I don't think, all year with, doing my media director thing, which I'm still, the first quarter's in the books. End up putting 20 videos in 13 weeks up on GP's channel. And now is the beginning of the second quarter of the year. And I believe what I'm going to do today, I started filming some of it earlier when I left Steve. I'm gonna redo it before I leave here. But we've got a built-in navigation system with our OmniTrax, aka Qualcomm, and I'm just going to do a short little video on how that works, the features of it, what means what, that kind of stuff. Put that on the GP channel. Hopefully that'll be going up today. And I got to check with Jim Gibson, see if his back's better and we can do our slide and tandem video I've been wanting to do for a while. We already got a cool PowerPoint put together. We just got to finish it. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have not seen all three Matt's videos that's on my channel, you should check them out. I think they're good. I don't think you'll get bored. There's lots of cool trucks. I mean, a lot. And I think they're filmed quite nicely, and there's some music in there, so it shouldn't be boring. And I don't know, you can see some other YouTubers, a few of my friends, and you can even see me dance a little bit. I'm surprised nobody's asked me about that. But hey, I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then,